How you doing, guys? It's 3rd of March 2019, another lovely rainy day here in Ireland. I just thought I'd do a quick update to show you how the pond has been getting on. It's been about 9 months now since I completed the pond and put the fish into place. So I've just turned the planter off just for the time being. It was a little bit loud when I tried to record just a few moments ago, so I've just switched the pumps off so you can hear what I'm saying. Over the course of the 9 months, I've seen some algae growth. I've had a bit of string algae that I had to clean out of the pond from time to time. It wasn't a massive problem, but it was a little bit unsightly and something that I would have liked to avoid. I didn't turn to any chemicals, just a bit of manual cleaning and reducing the food intake of the fish. I've lost about, I think it's 4 fish in total over that period of time. 2 of them very early on within the first couple of weeks, probably due to putting them in a little bit too early. And the other 2 were just, I think one was just natural death, and one jumped out of the ponds, suffered an injury, and passed on a couple of days later. Overall, the fish are actually quite happy, quite healthy. I've got about 21 of them in there. One of them that was lost, if you've looked at my previous videos, was Arrow. He was the guy with the orange head, one of my favorites. But we still have Ghost here, my favourite fish, who in fact did jump out of the pond at one stage, and we put him back in quite properly. So he's been doing great. The big guy there, my kids call that one Moby Dick, because he's the biggest one in the pond. Yeah, so the level is right up to the overflow. That's not due to the rain, but because I did install water feed, which looks a bit hideous there, but eventually that will all be covered over with cladding. But I wanted a water supply out here, so I've installed a tap, myself and my brother-in-law, and we ran a feed into the shed, or the filter house. So filters are still working absolutely fine. It's just a rag I used to clean the glass, and I've installed a ball valve. So the water level goes down, ball valve lowers, more water goes into the barrel and tops up the pond. I'm sure you don't really need a detailed explanation as to how a ball valve works. The settling tank, which is tank number 1, what we're looking at here right now, I never did dry mount the pump. It's working absolutely fine in there, so I'm just going to leave it be. I'm not going to mess around with something that works. But the settling chamber is working absolutely brilliantly. What tends to happen is the waste and the broken down algae clumps will settle into that chamber. And during the summer, once every 3 to 4 weeks, I'll drain this tank and allow the pond to top up then afterwards. So I'll drain that a couple of times, so it'll properly clear the bottom drain itself. Twice a year I will drain these tanks as well. When I drain these, it takes about 20%, 25% of the overall pond water out. So it takes a few hours to fill it back up. So I'll only do that twice a year. It's probably not really necessary at all. Draining the bottom tank probably does the job just fine. The UV, which is off at the moment because everything is turned off in the pond right now. No leaks. In fact, no leaks anywhere, which has been absolutely fantastic. As you can see, I never did get to box in any of these pipes, but yeah, eventually I'll get around to doing that. So I'm just going to turn everything on now. If I can find the switches. Here we go. So the UV is back on, we're pumping again. So the pump in this tank is going away, pumping some water up into tank 2, which goes into 3 and 4, and pumping, so it'll go from here up and some of it from here out. So that's just slightly open here, this valve, to allow some water to go out, but enough water to go up into the filter media tanks. There's just my Christmas lights going. I never bothered to take them down, probably won't. And that's the planter working away. It's looking a little bit dead at the moment, but for most of the year, that looks absolutely fantastic. Now, that particular plant that I have growing there, or grass, or whatever it is interfering with the flow of the blade a little bit. So I'm not getting a nice uninterrupted waterfall blade, but it is still doing what it needs to do. It's helping to oxygenate the water, keeping some water flow, as well as the return over here, getting some good water flow in there, keeping all the fish nice and happy. I've just started to feed the fish in the last week or so. They've started to get hungry. I started off with some goldfish flakes just to start them off lightly, and now I'm feeding them mixed Thai dry food. So that's it, guys. There isn't really anything else to tell you about. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll update again in about 3 months time, and by which stage you'll see a little bit more going on with the planter. Yeah, thanks very much. Bye bye.